What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Toshi today. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it, all right? It is the 23rd of August, and here we are sitting at about 30715. We got about 1 day and 2.5 hours left in this week, coming upon the end of the week. Very neutral week, weekly look there. If we're looking at today, we're down about 2.7%, but that's okay. I think it's pretty safe to assume that we found our low here. It's a very bullish candle to the upside, very bullish engulfing candle there in the face of this very bearish candle. So you've only had continuation afterwards. I'm okay with this. We don't have a whole lot of volume, but it is the weekend, so I'm not too worried about that. I think that we will pump up maybe tomorrow, and if not tomorrow, sometime over the coming days going into next week. And the end of the month, things should be really exciting. So let's talk about that. We'll get into the short-term stuff, and then we'll look at the longer-term stuff here. Okay, so looking at the 1 hour time frame, Bitcoin's at about 115K right now, with the prospects of going maybe just a little bit lower first. But we'll see. You know, maybe not. It's very possible that we found our low today with that, our higher low today. Toshi with a bit of a flat base here. Yes, flat base there, descending highs. Makes sense that you might go a little bit lower. But bearish patterns, bearish formations don't perform as well in bullish trends, of which you definitely do have a bullish trend. Maybe we get a breakdown and then we move up. Maybe it's some kind of fake out to the downside. That absolutely could happen. That could be the case there. I want to, hold on, I'm going to move this over there, move this over there, put this over here as well, because I think where my mic is, it's like getting some feedback, like an echo loop. Maybe not an echo, but it's like, I don't know how to describe it. I feel like it sounds differently. I'm trying to adjust it, but I was listening to one of my videos and I just feel like it sounds like I'm distant. And it's because I have my mic farther away from my computer because I don't want it to pick up on the what's the feedback from the computer. Anyways, 307. Maybe I don't know if that sounds any better or any different, but anyways, 307 right now. Looking at the 1 hour indicators. The RSI, in my opinion, does look like it wants to go lower. Overall bullish, but you could go a little bit lower. That's fine, right? You found support at the 40 once, twice, 3 times, and that's nice. But typically, if you find support at the 40, you look to at least go to the 60. If you're finding resistance at the 50, that makes me think that you do want to go lower. So to be fair, maybe a little bit lower is what should be called for. The stochastics do look bearish, and the MACD, if we're looking at this here, does look like it wants to cross down. So bearish on all fronts, I suppose. But you do have bullish divergence on the 1 hour time frame as far as the MACD is concerned. Maybe not bullish divergence, but some bullish momentum building. The MACD does look bearish to some degree, but you also have some bullish stuff going on where you could turn around and hold support here. I don't know. I actually don't mind that. Let's see. Let's look at this relative low here to relative high. Yeah, I mean, maybe you go down to 307, maybe. Fill that gap there. Fill that gap right down there. 307, maybe go down to 3068. But I doubt that you go too much lower, like 3067 at the lowest. How much of a drop is that going to be? Yeah, like a 6% drop at the most. You might not even do that. Again, I'm still in the camp of thinking you could do some kind of like fake out, slight drop, and then continue to move higher. But in the event that you do move lower, it's okay. It's really not that big of a deal. And the indicators kind of would suggest that you go lower. Let's look at the 4 hour time frame. The RSI rejecting the overbought zone twice. It's not ideal, but hey, you're at the area that you found support before. Maybe again a little slip down, but then moving up. You do look bullish overall, I suppose. Looking at the stochastics, you do look bearish. I would, with the stochastics, think that you do progress lower. And the MACD just flipping red, I would also think that means you progress lower. So let's call for that. Let's call for that. If we're looking at this again from the relative low to the relative high, based on where you are now, the eligible areas would be 3067 to 307 itself. So something in that zone. Either a slightly higher low or a slightly lower low compared to this, but a higher low overall there. And then you should be moving up higher. Okay, so that could happen actually between now and sometime Sunday. And then maybe by the end of Sunday, if not certainly Monday, Tuesday, we should be recovering and moving up higher. I think next week and going into the end of the month, we should be recovering and seeing some upside price action take place. Looking at this on the daily time frame now, I mean, overall, I do think that this is a very bullish formation, right? You've broken out of your downward trend here, your consolidation phase. You're in this kind of overall consolidation phase, and you're pushing this upper limits of this phase here, this upper area of resistance. You're pushing up on that, so I think that you will bust through that here any day now, but maybe just a little bit of turbulence first, right? You are up at that area. I like I like the RSI. I think that you look good. I like the stochastics bouncing off the oversold zone. That's nice. And the MACD looks like it's ready for a cross. Maybe not today, but over the coming days. So again, a little bit of turbulence perhaps today and tomorrow. And then moving on up maybe as early as tomorrow, if not the next day. That'd be my thoughts. When we do move up, the expectation here would be that we see prices at 0045 to 00 or to 1 cents even, something in that area. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but I do believe we could see that. That's about a 6x to a 14x move, yeah? Something in there. I'm anticipating we go a little bit on the in-between there at the 1414. Typically, you go just above there. I would expect something at 0069, which would be about a 9.6x to maybe 007, 007 here, which would be about a 9.7, 9.8x. So something in that zone. That's my expectation. I got nothing else for you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like